Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Pretoria pastor's wife accidentally sent her PORN video to church WhatsApp group. Church members and leaders from an apostolic church in Pretoria recently claimed that they are being hounded by strangers after horror videos of their pastor's wife was mistakenly shared on their church WhatsApp group. The videos were leaked and circulated on social media. The pastor's wife was actually sending the videos to her husband the pastor, and accidentally shared them on the church WhatsApp group. According to News 28, one of the female members of the church who responded to the woman's video says she has been receiving calls from men as far away as New Zealand, and has now been forced to change her number. "We have been trying to get hold of the man of God and the wife. Unfortunately we could not get hold of them since their phones ringed without an answer." ZIMBABWE raped and tortured with a wooden stick by a man who killed Dumi. Dumi's widow ZIMBABWE raped and tortured with a wooden stick in Kempton Park. The 27-year-old widow is said to have been tortured and raped with a 10-inch piece of wood, according to Kempton Park reports. Doctors found the stick still inside her body when they carried out the medical examination in Johannesburg Private Hospital. She is said to have gone missing from her family home overnight on Monday and was found the next day by neighbors who had volunteered to help find her. Her family have now said that they do not want to speak until the person who carried out the attack is arrested. Dr. Mann, who carried out the medical exemption, said, "The victim is lucky because the wood in her body did not go deep. We have also found injuries inside the intestine and uterus. The wood was inserted with force, which not only caused serious injuries inside the uterus but also in the intestine. When she was discovered she was bleeding from the mouth and throat, and she had bruising to her shoulders and waist." People of Kempton Park have blocked roads and closed shops as they demand action. Minnie Lemony on her hubby: "He is my best friend and my heart is safe." Despite constantly being the subject of pesky rumors, Minnie and Quinton Jones are very much loving every moment of married life. During an interview on YFM, Mrs. Jones could not stop gushing about her hubby. Minnie described her husband as her best friend and knows that her heart is safe with him. The dynamic of the relationship is still the same, but it has got more hectic in that when you are dating you leave space for disappointment, but when someone gets down on one knee and asks you to be their wife, you sit there and go, "This is it. Nobody is going anywhere." You become more comfortable, it's a safe space. One of the ways I describe it is that I feel my heart is safe. He is my best friend, so I always felt safe, but when he went on one knee I knew that everything I was feeling was 100% reciprocal, she said. The TV star also explained that even though she was legally Minnie Jones, she decided to keep her maiden name not to confuse fans. She said that even though fans have double-barreled her surname, legally Lemony was gone. "I am trying to play it by ear and see if it sticks. I am not trying to force anything down people's throats. I will have a double barrel for commercial purposes, but Lemony is gone legally. My ID, everything, is Mrs. Jones," she added. Speaking to Chisliv 2 weeks ago in the wake of Trouble in Paradise reports, Minnie said that being a wife was the most important role in her life. "I love being married, and being a wife is the most important role in my life." Minnie and Quinton tied the knot in fairy tale traditional and white weddings last year, and documented this special occasion through a 3-part documentary. Grace Mugabe's supercars crashed, being taken from Zimbabwe. A fleet of supercars owned by Grace Mugabe have been involved in a pile-up as the disgraced former First Lady attempted to spirit them out of Zimbabwe. A rare £250,000 Rolls-Royce Ghost, a Porsche and a Range Rover were damaged as they were driven at night, in convoy through back roads of Botswana to a safe haven in South Africa. Mrs. Mugabe, who is known as Gucci Grace and Disgrace for her violent temper and extravagant spending habits, organized the transfer after fearing she will lose her ill-gotten gains in a crackdown on corruption in the wake of the bloodless coup which ended her husband Robert's 37-year rule. The 52-year-old's attempt to put her supercar collection out of harm's way backfired spectacularly last week when her son and his drivers were stopped for 7 hours as they crossed over Zimbabwe's border in Botswana. Fearing the vehicles were being used to move large sums of cash, jewels and other assets amassed during Mugabe's grip on power, border guards spent 7 hours searching them and interrogating Russell Goraza, Mrs. Mugabe's son by her first marriage, who produced affidavits signed by his mother. Guards also contacted Mr. Mugabe's office and quizzed his wife over the phone before the vehicles were cleared, sources told Zimbabwe's The Chronicle. However, some hours after they were given permission to drive on, the valuable convoy was involved in a freak collision after cows wandered onto their remote route, as they sped through the night. Eyewitness Rebel T. Bagano, who was also on the road at the time, told ZIMBABWE.com, "There were cows passing and the guys in front of me stopped, but I looked onto my rear-view mirror and I saw a car spinning in the middle of the road. It was a white Corolla, and he hit the Porsche and the Range Rover." Pictures showing the eye-catching black and white Rolls-Royce Ghost Series 2 on the back of a pickup truck reveal the luxury car must have been hit hard from behind during the pile-up. The images of the thwarted drive prompted a massive response on social media by Mrs. Mugabe's detractors, who saw them as a metaphor for the hated First Lady's downfall. In the months leading up to her husband's political demise, the mother of three, who had the ambitions to succeed her 93-year-old spouse, went on an unprecedented spending spree, snapping up mansions, gems and luxury cars. She bought 120 acres of prime land in the capital Harare and built a string of private schools, which will carry her name for posterity. She flew to Johannesburg to secure a sprawling mansion called the White Lodge, complete with koi pond, sweeping drive and summer house, in Sandhurst, South Africa's most exclusive suburb. While there, she is said to have paid in cash for the distinctive Rolls-Royce, which is finished with a white interior. Mrs. Mugabe is described as not mentally okay and going berserk towards the end of her husband's long rule by Zimbabwe's new president Emmerson Mnangagwa. Known as the Crocodile for his ruthless ambition and merciless plotting, was sacked as Mr. Mugabe's long-standing deputy on the orders of Grace, who wanted power for herself. At a rally on the day before he was relieved of his duties, in November last year, Mrs. Mugabe denounced him as a snake, who should have his head crushed. He told the Financial Times, "I was being castigated there as a snake." She went berserk on that one. At that stage now I believed she was not mentally okay. In August last year, the former right-hand man suddenly fell ill after being poisoned by a colorless, odorless rare hard metal arsenic toxin, imported from Russia or Israel, which he is convinced was organized by opponents with the ruling ZANU-PF, which was divided between Grace's allies and enemies. Last November, Mr. Mnangagwa took over from Mugabe after the army stepped in and the frail despot was forced to resign. Mugabe's son vehicles released from Mashuti police. Russell Goraza was, together with other drivers, transporting the vehicles from Zimbabwe to South Africa, through Botswana when they got involved in a pile-up accident on Friday night near Artesia along A1 Road, 80 kilometers from Gaborone. Goraza owns two vehicles, a Porsche and Range Rover, while the Rolls-Royce belongs to his mother. Eyewitnesses said the Rolls-Royce, which was damaged on the rear bumper apparently from a separate accident, was being transported by a flatbed tow truck when a Toyota Corolla of the Pelican Moving Company slammed onto the two other vehicles, a Range Rover and Porsche, from behind while trying to avoid a collision with some cattle on the road. The Porsche and Range Rover were kept overnight at the Mashuti police station during police investigations, while the Rolls-Royce was spotted in Faka Lane on Saturday. Mashuti Police Acting Station Commander Wazho Zambezi said there were no other issues regarding the impounded vehicles, other than the accident investigation. There are no issues with the vehicles, other than that we are still investigating the cause of the accident, Zambezi said. There was controversy surrounding the transportation of the vehicles over the weekend, as the Zimbabwean media reported that the expensive vehicles were briefly detained at the Plumtree border post before being allowed to proceed, amid fears they were being spirited out to the neighboring country. The former First Lady's sons have been accused of living in opulence while millions of Zimbabweans wallow in poverty, with an average person living on $1 per day. Kayama Adladla returns to Uzalo after rumors of being fired. Popular Uzalo star Kayama Adladla is back with the soapie following rumors that he left under a cloud. Adladla played GC, one of the viewers' favorite characters, a flamboyant gay hairstylist. The TV actor is part of the soapie's fourth season that starts on February 4th. Adladla disappeared from the small screen for a while, and there were strong rumors that he had been fired. Uzalo's executive producer Marike Vanderwalt denied that Adladla was fired. She said, the character GC was on a storyline that took him to hell and back, at the end of which he went home to his village in the rural areas where the character recovered from all the trauma until we bring him back for another exciting story. Adladla told Soan viewers will see as he struggles with depression after everything he had been through. GC's reintroduction will occur when he attends a wedding. While at the wedding, Mansuza and Smangel die, and he is forced to stay longer. He tries to work at the salon, but it is clear that everyone still does not trust him. Saibong Almani, who accidentally received R14. 1 meter apples for NSFAS. Saibong Almani, who accidentally received 14.1 million from NSFAS to her student account and went on a wild spending spree, now apply for student funding at NSFAS. Saibong Al, now a third-year accountancy student at WSU, situated in the Eastern Cape, who mistakenly received R14. 1 meter in June 2017 from the National Student Financial Aid Scheme, NSFAS, instead of the monthly or 1,400 she was entitled to for meals and books. Saibong Almani is awaiting approval from NSFAS, and friend close to her revealed that Saibong Al has been panicking so hard because she doesn't believe NSFAS will be able to assist her to finish her third year at varsity. When we tried to call Saibong Almani for more details, her phone took us straight to voicemail. Hugh Maskela dies. Legendary jazz musician Hugh Maskela has died after battling with prostate cancer for so many years, and he has been in and out of hospital. Maskela received treatment since 2008 when doctors discovered a small speck on his bladder. While the treatment appeared to be successful, he had to undergo surgery in March 2016 as the cancer had spread. He was admitted again at hospital last week. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, and that's when he died. ZANU-PF bans Mugabe regalia. ZANU-PF supporters have been ordered to immediately stop wearing party regalia displaying the face of deposed former President Robert Mugabe and wait for new attire emblazoned with the picture of their new leader, Emmerson Mnangagwa. ZANU-PF chairman for Manakalan province, Mike Maduro, made the order while addressing the party's inter-district meeting held at Muter Hall Sunday. We have those with old party regalia such as Zambia cloths and t-shirts displaying former President Robert Mugabe's face. We should stop putting them on and wait for new regalia emblazoned with President Mnangagwa's face so that we can market him in districts ahead of the polls. We want people to know him, said Maduro. He warned party members against despising their former leader, saying he deserves respect since he played a critical role in leading the country after the liberation struggle. Let's respect President Mugabe, he is a statesman. He played his part, that's why President Mnangagwa said government is going to take care of him. He was only surrounded by criminals but he played his part, said Maduro. He warned members to be disciplined and follow party procedures, saying those who behaved like exiled former National Commissar Xavier Kasakura and former Higher Education Minister Jonathan Moyo will not be tolerated. Those who behave like G40 in the new dispensation will not be tolerated. Those who continue with the G40 behavior will be sacked from the party, said Maduro. He thanked President Mnangagwa for elevating Environment Minister, Uri, to the post of party's national chairperson. As Manicaland people, we would like to thank President Mnangagwa for recognizing the people of Manica by elevating one of our own into the presidium. Ever since 1964, when the late Tebert Chaipa was appointed national chairman of the party, no one from Manicaland ever landed that top post, said Maduro. Zadwawa Bantu to appear on Uzalo. As Lelita Kumalo leaves. The entertainer and dancer revealed to Chizaliv that she was invited by the show's producers to make an appearance on the show. I am not an actor but I was invited and I'm happy about it. Maybe it will open more doors for me. While taking pictures with thespians like Baby Seal and Nakuthula Mabika, Zadwa realized that believing in her dreams led to the moment. Most actresses in SA are educated and I, Zadwawa Bantu, am not educated, but look at me. I'm sharing the stage with the most educated artists in the industry. So go after your dreams, don't let anyone stop you. I'm educated. Zadwawa Bantu spent some time rubbing shoulders with cast of Uzalo ahead of her cameo on the drama series, which got her thinking about the importance of believing in your dreams. Meanwhile, actress Lelita Kumalo is leaving Uzalo to executive produce new drama series on E.TV ZIMBABWE, The Seed, starting in April. After contract negotiations to remain on Uzalo, the fourth season didn't work out. Lelita Kumalo's original character Monzuza that she's portrayed since the first season is being killed off by Stained Glass TV, production house of Uzalo. She will now be acting in ZIMBABWE, The Seed, that will tell a new story set in the humble streets in Impu and the township of Chatsworth, as well as the most affluent parts of Umlazi. Impu, The Seed is produced for E.TV by Grapevine Productions, a joint venture between Videovision Entertainment, Word of Mouth Pictures and La Ikes Productions. Anand Singh from Videovision Entertainment and Duman Lovu from Word of Mouth Pictures will be at the helm of the production of the drama series. Impu, The Seed will revolve around the family dynasties and two brothers in KwaZulu, Natal, interestingly just like how Uzalo started out in late 2015. Impu focuses on the ties that bind families through blood and spirit, asking sobering and controversial questions that are relevant to all South African cultures, says E.TV. A deep and unspoken truth, representing the cultural legacy between two brothers, is at the center of the series' captivating plot, says E.TV. That says brand new talent are part of the cast, alongside veteran actors. Lang Jaimlabra chats about appearing on Uzalo. ZIMBABWE is one of a few famous faces viewers can look forward to seeing at the dramatic double funeral of Smanjel and Mansuza, which will air on ZIMBABWE Zulu on 16 February. ZIMBABWE took the church stage on Tuesday to deliver her performance on the anticipated episode. In between filming, the South African gospel icon caught up with Drum to chat about her experience on the set, saying it was a life-changing experience. "This was a new thing. I'm used to stage, I don't know about what happens when they're making TV. But despite the new experience, I'll be shown on camera." ZIMBABWE explains her good intentions. Former health ZIMBABWE said the life as it many relocations could have been handled better as she apologized for the loss of life. ZIMBABWE is appearing at an arbitration hearing to explain her role in the move of more than 1,700 mentally ill patients from ZIMBABWE facilities into ill-equipped NGOs in 2016. By September last year, 143 mentally ill patients had died of causes including neglect, starvation and pneumonia. ZIMBABWE, who has been studying in London, started with a witness statement to read out. When she gave her first apology, a family member started sobbing hysterically. She said, "I am deeply sorry for your loss. I know it will not bring them back, but I am deeply sorry." ZIMBABWE said the project did not work out as anticipated, leading to a tragic loss of life. "Clearly this did not go according to plan. For that I sincerely apologize." She said the intention of the move was to integrate mentally ill patients into the community rather than leaving them hidden away in institutions where they were stigmatized. For far too long the mentally ill have been treated as social outcasts. She said the project was done with good intentions. People didn't plan that people were going to die. At the end of her prepared written statement before her cross-examination began, she apologized to families again. "I want to apologize for the loss of life in the project. For what is it worth, I sincerely apologize